Hi, I'm John Liebman, founder and first baseman of ForBassPlayersOnly.com. Let me ask you something. Out of all the things you do as a bass player, which is the most fun? What do you love to do more than anything else when you pick up the bass, especially when you're playing with other people? Is it playing that cool Jocko lick you just managed to learn? A little Victor Wooten style tapping? Showing off your funky Marcus Miller slapping chops? Is that what you'd say? Well, wrong answer. Look, I love that stuff too. Jocko, Victor, Marcus, Billy Sheehan, Stanley Clarke, all the great players. If you want to study their awesome technique and learn to play some of that stuff, I'm all for it. I'll even help you. But don't forget, you're a bass player. You need to lay it down for the band. Set that foundation with the drummer. Establish the groove and make the music feel good. And if you don't find that stuff fun, maybe you shouldn't be a bass player, because that's what's expected of a bass player, and that's what good bass players do. The other stuff is not going to endear anyone to you, especially if that's all they ever hear you do. I was doing an interview with my old friend Bunny Brunel a while back, and he was speaking rather passionately on the subject. He said, if you want to be a bass player, you have to play the bass. You have to have the pocket, because if you don't, nobody's going to want to play with you. Bunny says all the great bass players that are working a lot, like Nathan East, Lee Sklar, and he does specifically mention Marcus Miller and Victor Wooten, they all actually play the bass when they're playing the bass, he states so eloquently. They can play solos, but they only do it when the time is right. The rest of the time, they're taking care of business playing bass. They all work a lot. Bunny summed it up beautifully. He said, in his own inimitable way, if somebody wants a bass player, they want somebody to play the frickin' bass. If you're a member of the Bottom Line Club at ForBassPlayersOnly.com, going through my online lessons, you know all about laying down a good bass line, locking in with the drummer, setting the foundation for the band. It's doing what's expected of you as a bass player and giving the music what it needs. That's the biggest thing I instill in my students all the time. I want you to download a very special PDF. It's called 12 Surefire Tips to Make You a Better Bass Player. I compiled it from interviews I've done with Bunny Brunel and 11 other heavyweight bass players. And it's got some incredible action items that you can put to work right away with your bass playing. It's totally free. I want to share it with you because it's so good. Click the link below this video and download it now. 12 surefire tips to make you a better bass player. How can you go wrong? Leave a comment and let me know what you think. And be sure to subscribe to the For Bass Players Only YouTube channel if you haven't already. There's a lot of great stuff for anyone who likes bass and learning bass. One more time. What do you do when it's time to play the bass? As Bunny says, you have to play the frickin' bass. That's all for now. I'm John Liebman. Let's play frickin' bass.